Texas is one of the most visited states in America, but most visitors only ever see Austin or San Antonio. Before you book anything, here is everything you actually need to know about the whole state. We are covering getting around, the best regions from Big Bend to the Hill Country to the Gulf Coast, safety, real costs, the best time to visit, and the mistakes first-timers keep making. From the desert canyons of Big Bend to the beaches of the Gulf Coast and the wineries of the Hill Country, Texas packs an entire country's worth of variety into one state. Save this video before you start booking flights, because we are answering the questions people actually search before planning a Texas trip. Let us start with getting around. Since most visitors only ever experience Austin or San Antonio and never realize how much the rest of the state actually offers. Texas has several major airports: Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, and San Antonio. Pick the one closest to your actual region, since driving across the state takes far longer than most expect. Texas is the second largest state in the country. Driving from Houston to El Paso takes over 11 hours. Treat the state as several distinct regions rather than one trip. A rental car is essential almost everywhere outside downtown Austin, Dallas, or Houston. Public transit here was built around cars, not pedestrians. Interstate 10, 35, and 20 form the state's main arteries, all well-maintained but prone to heavy traffic near Austin, Dallas, and Houston during rush hour. Southwest Airlines, headquartered in Dallas, offers extensive and often affordable connections between the state's major cities, worth checking for any multi-city Texas itinerary. Big Bend National Park sits remarkably far from any major city. The nearest airport is still a 3-hour drive away, budget real-time for reaching it. Rideshare apps work well within Austin, Dallas, and Houston, but a car becomes necessary the moment you want to reach the Hill Country, Gulf Coast, or West Texas. Toll roads ring several major cities. An electronic toll tag saves both time and money if you are driving through Austin, Dallas, or Houston. And gas stations thin out fast in West Texas. Fill up before heading into Big Bend or any long stretch of desert highway. El Paso, isolated in the far west, functions almost like its own separate region, geographically closer to Phoenix than to Houston or Dallas. Amtrak service in Texas is limited to a few routes. Driving or flying remains the practical way to cover the state's real distances. Bus service through Greyhound and Megabus connects the state's major cities at a fraction of flight cost. A genuinely useful budget option for travelers without a car. And note that some smaller regional airports, like those in Lubbock and Midland, can offer a faster route into West Texas than routing through a major hub city. On to the best regions. And this is where most visitors are missing out, since Texas is so much bigger than its two most visited cities. Big Bend National Park in far west Texas delivers dramatic desert canyons along the Rio Grande, one of the most remote and least crowded national parks in the country. The Texas Hill Country, centered around Fredericksburg, offers rolling hills, German heritage towns, and a genuinely surprising wine region within easy reach of Austin. The Gulf Coast, from Galveston to South Padre Island, delivers warm water beaches and a completely different pace from the state's inland cities. Houston, the state's largest city, offers world-class museums and one of the most diverse food scenes in the entire country, often overlooked in favor of Austin. Marfa, a tiny West Texas art town, has become an unlikely cultural destination. Minimalist installations and mysterious lights draw visitors from around the world. The piney woods of East Texas offer a genuinely different landscape entirely. Dense forest and lakes that surprise visitors expecting only flat plains and desert. Palo Duro Canyon in the Panhandle, the second largest canyon in the country, delivers dramatic red rock scenery most visitors have never heard of. If this is your first trip beyond the cities and you only have a few extra days, pairing the Hill Country with a Gulf Coast stopover gives you the best contrast without excessive driving. And Dallas-Fort Worth delivers big city energy, museums, and a genuinely different food and culture scene from Austin, worth its own dedicated stop. The Texas Panhandle, centered around Amarillo, delivers wide-open plains and quirky roadside attractions along historic Route 66. Big Thicket National Preserve in East Texas protects a genuinely surprising ecological crossroads, part swamp, part forest, part prairie. Padre Island National Seashore protects the longest undeveloped barrier island in the world, a genuinely wild stretch of Gulf coastline. Guadalupe Mountains National Park, home to the state's highest peak, delivers genuinely rugged high desert hiking in one of the least visited corners of Texas. Now let us talk safety. Texas's major tourist regions are generally very safe, though as with any large state, awareness varies by specific neighborhood rather than the state as a whole. Extreme summer heat is a genuine safety consideration statewide. Temperatures regularly exceed 100 degrees. Hydrate constantly and avoid strenuous outdoor activity in peak afternoon heat. Big Bend's remoteness means cell service disappears for long stretches. Tell someone your route and carry extra water and supplies before any backcountry hike or drive. Flash flooding is a real risk across much of the state during sudden storms. Never drive through a flooded road. Turn around rather than risk it. Emergency services are reliable statewide. Dial 911 for police, fire, or medical emergencies. Response times in cities and most towns are fast and reliable. Snake and wildlife encounters are a real consideration on hill country and Big Bend trails. Stay on marked paths and keep a respectful distance from any wildlife. Hurricane season affects the Gulf Coast from June through November. Check forecasts before booking a coastal trip during that window. Tap water is safe to drink throughout the state. One less thing to worry about whether you are in a city or a small hill country town. Overall, most visitors encounter nothing worse than a long line at a popular barbecue joint. Texas's tourist areas are extremely well set up for domestic and international visitors alike. Border region towns are generally safe for visitors who stick to established tourist areas. Standard travel advisory awareness applies as it would near any international border. Lightning and severe thunderstorms are common across central Texas in spring. Check forecasts before any extended outdoor activity during storm season. Sun exposure is intense across most of the state given its southern latitude. Sunscreen and hydration matter more here than most visitors initially expect. Ice storms occasionally hit central and north Texas in winter, a genuine hazard given the state's infrastructure is not built for sustained freezing weather. Let us get practical about cost. Texas overall runs cheaper than the coasts, though Austin has grown noticeably pricier in recent years compared to the rest of the state. Expect a mid-range hotel in Austin or Houston to run $150 to $250 a night, while a comparable hotel in the Hill Country or Gulf Coast often runs less. A sit-down dinner for two in Austin commonly runs $60 to $100 before tip, while the same quality meal in a smaller Texas town often costs 30% less. Barbecue in Texas is sold by the pound at most legendary spots. Expect to spend $15 to $25 per person for a genuinely memorable meal. A realistic budget for a week, combining a city stay with the Hill Country and Gulf Coast for two people, including mid-range hotels, a rental car, and meals, lands around $2,500 to $4,000 total. Wine tastings across the Hill Country typically run $15 to $30 per winery, noticeably cheaper than comparable experiences in California wine country. National and state park entry fees stay affordable. Big Bend runs $30 per vehicle for a week, and most state parks charge just a handful of dollars. Gas prices in Texas run consistently below the national average, a genuine advantage for any long-distance road trip across the state. And live music cover charges in Austin range widely from free to $20. Worth budgeting a little extra if the city's famous scene is a priority. Rodeo and state fair admission stays affordable statewide, a genuinely accessible way to experience Texas culture without a major expense. Food trucks across Austin and Houston offer some of the best value dining in either city, often better than sit-down restaurants at a fraction of the price. Museum admission in Houston's Museum District includes several free general admission days each month. Worth checking the calendar before planning a visit. Craft brewery tours across Austin and Houston typically run free to $15, an affordable and popular way to spend an afternoon. So when is the best time to go? Spring, March through May, is widely considered the sweet spot statewide. Wildflowers bloom across the hill country and temperatures stay comfortable before summer heat arrives. Fall, October through November, offers a second sweet spot. Cooler temperatures return and outdoor festivals fill calendars across the state's major cities. Summer, June through August, brings intense heat across most of the state, though the Gulf Coast and its beaches remain a popular warm weather draw despite the temperatures. Winter stays mild across most of Texas, a genuine appeal for visitors escaping colder climates, though West Texas and the Panhandle can see occasional cold snaps. If you want the famous bluebonnet wildflower bloom, aim for late March through April, when the hill country's fields turn a genuinely striking shade of blue. Big Bend is best visited in spring or fall, when summer's extreme desert heat has not arrived and winter has not brought occasional cold to higher elevations. Hurricane season along the Gulf Coast runs June through November. Worth checking regional forecasts if your trip includes Galveston or South Padre Island during that window. Whatever season you choose, book Austin hotels around major events like South by Southwest well in advance. Demand spikes dramatically during festival season. And pack layers regardless of season. Texas weather can shift dramatically within a single day, especially in spring when cold fronts move through quickly. The State Fair of Texas, held every fall in Dallas, draws crowds from across the region and is worth timing a visit around if classic Americana interests you. Spring severe weather season can bring occasional tornado risk to North Texas, worth checking forecasts if your trip falls in April or May. South by Southwest in March transforms Austin into one of the busiest and most expensive cities in the country for about 2 weeks. Plan around it either way. On to the must-sees, starting with Big Bend's Santa Elena Canyon, where the Rio Grande cuts a 1,500-foot canyon between Texas and Mexico, one of the most dramatic sights in the state. The Texas state capitol in Austin, taller than the U.S. Capitol, delivers an impressive free tour and a genuinely striking pink granite exterior. The Alamo in San Antonio remains one of the most historically significant sites in the country, worth understanding the history before you visit. Enchanted Rock, a massive pink granite dome in the hill country, offers a genuinely rewarding sunrise or sunset hike with sweeping views for miles. The Riverwalk in San Antonio delivers a genuinely charming, walkable waterway lined with restaurants and shops, especially lively after dark. Palo Duro Canyon's Lighthouse Rock Formation delivers a striking hike through the Panhandle's dramatic red rock landscape, and South Padre Island's beaches deliver genuinely warm, calm Gulf water, a favorite for both spring break crowds and quieter off-season visitors. The Bullock, Texas State History Museum in Austin delivers an engaging overview of the state's genuinely dramatic history in one accessible stop. Caprock Canyon State Park, home to the state's official bison herd, delivers dramatic red rock scenery in the Panhandle few visitors expect. The San Jacinto Monument near Houston, taller than the Washington Monument, marks the site where Texas won its independence. Space Center Houston offers an up-close look at NASA's mission control history, one of the most popular family attractions in the entire state. A quick word on culture and etiquette. Texas barbecue culture runs deep. Expect long lines at the most famous spots and understand that brisket sold out by early afternoon is a genuine point of pride, not poor planning. Tipping is expected throughout the state. 15 to 20% at restaurants and bars. Service workers rely on tips as a significant part of their income. Friendliness and small talk with strangers is genuinely the norm here. A warm, "How are you?" from a cashier or server is standard, not performative. Regional food identity varies enormously. Tex-Mex in the South, barbecue statewide, and a genuinely distinct Gulf Coast seafood tradition along the coast. Live music culture, especially in Austin, is treated with real reverence. The city genuinely calls itself the live music capital of the world for good reason. And state pride runs deep across Texas. Expect to see the state flag nearly everywhere, a cultural identity distinct from the rest of the country in a way visitors quickly notice. Tex-Mex and true Mexican cuisine are treated as genuinely distinct culinary traditions here, worth understanding the difference before ordering. Football culture, both college and Friday night high school games, runs remarkably deep across Texas communities, worth attending at least one game if timing allows. Chicken fried steak, Frito pie, and kolaches all represent genuinely distinct Texas food traditions worth trying beyond the state's famous barbecue. Finally, the mistakes first-timers keep making. Number 1 is never leaving Austin or San Antonio at all. Assuming those cities are the whole trip means missing Big Bend, the Gulf Coast, and everything in between. Number 2 is drastically underestimating driving distances. The state is genuinely enormous. El Paso to Houston is a longer drive than many entire multi-state road trips elsewhere. Number 3 is visiting Big Bend without enough water or fuel. This is one of the most remote national parks in the country. Plan accordingly. Number 4 is underestimating summer heat. Outdoor activity during peak afternoon hours in July or August is genuinely risky without constant hydration. And number 5 is trying to see too many regions in one trip. Texas is genuinely the size of a small country. Pick 1 or 2 regions rather than attempting a whistle-stop tour. Number 6 is not booking Austin hotels far enough ahead during South by Southwest or other major festivals. Prices and availability shift dramatically during those windows. And number 7 is assuming all of Texas looks the same. The state spans desert, forest, coastline, and plains. Each region genuinely looks like a different part of the country. Number 8 is forgetting how spread out Houston and Dallas actually are. Attractions that look close on a map can be a 45-minute drive apart. And number 9 is not trying regional barbecue styles beyond just brisket. Texas barbecue varies genuinely by region, from Central Texas smoke to East Texas sauce-heavy styles. And number 10 is not checking whether a Big Bend visit requires backcountry permits. Some trails and campsites need advance reservations during peak season. Number 11 is skipping travel insurance given real severe weather risk across the state. Worth having flexible cancellation coverage on any Texas trip. If you are based in Austin and want a taste of the rest of the state without committing to a full road trip, several destinations work well as day trips or quick overnights. Fredericksburg and the Hill Country Wine Trail are under 2 hours from Austin, an easy day trip or overnight for wine tasting and small-town charm. From Houston, Galveston's beaches are under an hour away, an easy escape from the city for a beach day without a long drive. From Dallas, Fort Worth's historic Stockyards district makes an easy half-day trip into genuine Texas ranching history. And from San Antonio, the small towns of the Hill Country, including Gruen and New Braunfels, offer an easy day trip for river tubing and antique shopping. From El Paso, Hueco Tanks State Park offers genuinely excellent rock climbing and ancient pictographs within a short drive of the city. And from San Antonio, the historic Spanish missions along the river make for an easy, genuinely underrated half-day trip beyond just the Alamo. So who is a full Texas trip actually best for? If you want desert canyons, beaches, wine country, and big cities all in one state, few destinations offer that much variety in a single trip. Foodies find enormous regional variety here, from legendary barbecue to Tex-Mex, to genuinely excellent Gulf seafood, all within one state's borders. Outdoor lovers get an underrated destination in Big Bend and the Hill Country, dramatic desert canyons, and rolling wine country most international visitors never associate with Texas. Road trippers get some of the emptiest, most rewarding long-distance drives in the country, especially across West Texas and the Panhandle. Families do well pairing a city stay with the Gulf Coast, breaking up museum days with genuine beach time. And if you are chasing a state that delivers both major world-class cities and genuinely dramatic natural landscapes in the same trip, Texas's combination of Austin and Big Bend makes it one of the most surprising single-state trips in the country. History buffs find an unusually dense concentration of significant sites, from the Alamo to the space program's home in Houston, all within one state. And music lovers get one of the most vibrant live scenes in the country. Austin alone hosts thousands of shows across genres in any given month. And first-time U.S. visitors chasing a genuinely different regional identity within the country find Texas delivers a culture, food scene, and landscape unlike anywhere else they will visit. And budget-conscious travelers find real value here. Gas, food, and lodging all run cheaper on average than most other large, popular states. That is everything you need to know before visiting Texas in 2026. From Austin and San Antonio to everything the rest of the state has to offer. Which region are you most excited to see? Big Bend, the Hill Country, or the Gulf Coast? Tell us in the comments below. If this guide helped you plan your trip, please like and subscribe for more honest, in-depth travel guides from our small channel. Thank you for watching, and aloha from Kahana Designs. Until next time, safe travels and sweet dreams.